everyone. Welcome to the Mortal Films. Today we have really good news for you, for all of those that are really curious about the new world of the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain, and more. Today we're going to introduce you to the Fakefluencer. The Fakefluencer is a documentary film produced by Tom Gillespie, and from Australia. He is with us today to explain to all us mortals what a fake influencer looks like and why it is so relevant to attend to this premiere. So welcome Tom to this edition for the Mortal Films. Um,
Yeah, thank you.
how you been?
Thanks for reaching out, Suzanne. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about the film. I'm doing very well, thank you. It's it's been a long journey, but I continue on my quest. We're not quite there yet, even though we have got a deadline set for the premiere of the film. So
Exactly.
yeah, I'd be very happy to take any questions that you have.
Of course. So well, let's hit it on. We're kind of curious about what is your professional background? Why you get to this crypto world and stuff, but we are more interested about where did you start with this?
Yes, so it was the middle of 2019, and my brother's son had become interested in a project called Scooter Coin, and his little boy wanted to basically get involved with that project. And I had myself and a partner of mine check out the project, and it looked absolutely legitimate. Of course, we were not from the cryptocurrency world, but we had enough information at that time, and I trusted enough in my brother and his analysis of the project. So we ended up getting involved there, and that was introduced via this guy called Bitman360, who I am currently making the investigation about.
Understood. So just to be clear, you didn't have in the past any contact with this cryptocurrency. You were like doing another stuff, like you were involved not at all with this world.
Precisely. I'd spent the last 20 plus years in the international currency markets from based
Oh,
out of Perth, Australia, Western Australia. And, I cut my teeth over the last 20 years working with mainly penny stocks and international currencies. So at that time, I did not see it as such a great leap of the intelligence between the two. However, as my investigation has unfolded, I've come to be made aware that there is a lot of fundamental differences from the currencies which we trade internationally: the euro, the dollar, the pound, etc., the British pound, and crypto coins like Scooter Coin. So these were things that I wasn't aware of back then, but I've slowly become more and more knowledgeable on over my investigation.
understood. That sounds quite tricky. I mean, did you find any similarities with your background and now this new world of the cryptocurrencies?
Yes, I'm slowly realizing there are a lot of similarities in how the market dynamics operate within the global currency trade economy and the cryptocurrency economy. They're both global, of course, and there are a number of similarities between how these currencies are, both maintained and manipulated by certain groups of individuals. Now, when it comes to government issued currencies like the British pound or the US dollar, there is a lot of control mechanisms in place that are basically only understood by a very few people in society, typically those in the what we refer to as the elite. Now, I,
Okay.
being a member of the elite somewhat in Australia, I used to hang out with politicians and wealthy individuals, central bankers, etc. I obviously had a bit of a window into that world, and it's pretty much a carbon copy any country you go to around the world. That it's a similar situation. But when it comes to the cryptocurrency stuff, there isn't really, while there is a small group of elite individuals that control those currencies, they're not necessarily found in the same location. So they talk about decentralization, and that's essentially the difference. The government issued currencies are centrally organized by an elite group of people, and the cryptocurrencies seem to be centrally controlled in a decentralized way, if you like. So
Right.
this is one aspect of my investigation that I'm still trying to get my head around, because how can you have something centrally controlled by a group of individuals that are dispersed across the globe? It's oxymoronic. It doesn't quite make sense to
Makes
the
sense.
exactly. So, but it's very intriguing to think about, and I don't think cryptocurrencies are going away. I do I do believe they're here to stay,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna they're not going to be used for buying your laundry powder or watching a movie at the local cinema anytime soon. No, not at all.
It's not going to happen. Well, I'm making this question because, as you know, all the people that is watching to this program, basically we are trying to absorb these complex kind of topics, and for us, it's really important to understand what the fake influencer is doing for the young communities and people that they are not that aware of this emerging world. That I've been doing my homework, and I understand that all blockchain and stuff, it's been like happening for almost 20 years maybe, but of course this is increasing situation, and in an easy way for us to explain to all our fans is like trying to contrast like the economic or financial model that we know and how it's really similar to this new topic and the thing that you are getting more involved. So thank you so much. I'm going to proceed with the next one. The next question is like, how has been this experience of producing a documentary? This is your first documentary film. This is your first experience as a director.
Yes,
How you feel about this?
it's been challenging and rewarding at the same time, of course. You know, I have spent some time with actors and actresses, producers and directors with my time in Sydney, especially on the East Coast. So I'm not completely foreign to this industry. However, you're right in suggesting that I have never produced a documentary myself before, but I'm in very good hands. I have a great co-producer and a great team behind me the whole way, and now we have an exceptional post-production team that are working away with the footage that we have accumulated over the last six to 8 months. But one thing I wanted to do with this movie was, because cryptocurrency is so bloody foreign to so many people, so far away and abstract and complicated and overly technical, and just far, far away, I needed to find that connection to the regular folk. And what I came to realize was the the thing about Bitman 360 is he's a crypto influencer. And crypto influencers are a little bit different from regular influencers. So like a typical influencer will put on some makeup or eat some food and then tell you how bloody great it was, and then somebody will pay them to say that shit, and they'll go on to the next product or whatever. But everybody's aware of influencers these days because everybody's on the bloody Instagrams or the Twitters or whatever, so we're subject to these people whether we like it or not. So there's a familiarity there. Now what I wanted to do is make that connection for people. So you can think of the influencer like a bridge between the crypto land and the regular land, the real world. And by doing this, I'm hoping that regular folk will be able to hook into some of the crazy, weird shit that goes on in the crypto industry. Now, as I said just before, a typical influencer that gets a product like a makeup, does their eyelashes, and then gets paid and then moves on to the next product from another company or whatever. It doesn't quite happen in crypto land. What happens is there's an indoctrination process. It's like tantamount to a religion, actually, where a crypto influencer, a young guy like Bitman360, will be approached by whomever is running this, in this example, it's Scooter Coin. And
Yeah, I heard.
they will basically work with that one project over a long period of time and accept all of their income, all of their compensation in that currency.
Kind of
Now,
a messiah.
sorry, what's that?
Kind of a messiah, like someone that is telling you like step by step how to, to construct an idea and to buy stuff and to go along with the story. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly, and it's almost like a closed economy gets created around this coin. So all the behaviors that the influencer like Bitman get involved with, all the activities and everything, is all inside this Scooter Coin economy. And he's not the only one out there. There are many thousands of these crypto coins out there. And what happens is these young kids, they get completely absorbed by these coins and these economies, and they accept their compensation in the coin, they spend the coin to get access to whatever, and they end up just getting totally absorbed, like a religion of sorts. Now, this is one of the most terrifying things about crypto influencers. The worst of the worst are obviously the Bitcoiners, because they are so deeply indoctrinated now, that they have lost sight of the regular global economy. Many of them have fully decentralized themselves to such an extent that they're no longer able to pay their own rent or run a vehicle or buy, food.
Jesus, yeah.
So this is the kind of
Yeah.
craziness that goes on in the crypto economy, and it's something I feel very important has to be communicated immediately, especially to the coming generations. Hence the influencer part. So that's the long answer to your question. I hope that
No,
makes
it's
sense.
perfect. It's perfect because the next question was about why or how does the name fake influencer come to your mind? But I think that you already answered that. Like, this is a fake icon, fake guy, fake concept
Exactly.
of success or getting rich or like all this kind of stuff that are promising or they're expecting for you if you become
Yeah, but
one
it's
of those.
an interesting question, because what is an influencer? Because I'm pretty sure an influencer is like a combination of a salesperson and a celebrity. So what we used to have was celebrities that would hold up products in movies, and they would influence some sales, maybe, if anyone was
Yeah, yeah.
measuring that kind of thing. And now we've taken the celebrity bit away, and we've given that role to YouTubers and Instagrammers and what have you to hold up these products and try to influence sales. And it's bloody tragic, really, because what we have now is an army of salespersons that only existence is to just peddle the next product to their audience, even though their audience is typically made up of kids spending their parents' hard-earned money. And the story continues in cycles, and when you add crypto in, it just gets a lot worse. So
Understood. Sounds something that is happening outside. Like it's going on in all social media, and like we can see that everybody and everyone can be a star now if you have like good equipment in your hand, some lights, and someone that is directing you and making you doing the PR to get more brands involved and stuff. So yeah, it's really interesting this new environment or this new era of being a celebrity or becoming a celebrity. So
it
I can
is.
understand that in the crypto world, it's it's quite like different because it causes more impact in generations and all this process of not just immediately buying or purchasing like stuff is more getting into all this like environment and philosophy of spending. But if you agree, I want to make you another question more personal, a personal one. When did you discover that you've been part of this situation with this guy, Bitman 360? You were mentioning that you were like getting involved with some product, some religion that is like spreading out the word. When did you discover that you've been part of this? I don't know.
You were breaking up a little bit there, but I guess what you were asking was how did I get involved in the scooter coin scam, you mean?
Yeah, like you were mentioning that 360, Bitman 360. So who's this guy and why you are trying to follow this guy? There, have you any relation with him or
Yeah,
what is
what happened there was he was basically trying to sell a product called the Buttercup, and this Buttercup claimed to efficiently mine scooter coins through the activities done by young kids on scooters, which was a massive innovative uh, thing at that time. And like I said before, my brother, I trusted that he had done his homework on the product, and so therefore I helped out with the cash resources for that investment at the time. Now, what happened with Bitman 360 is he didn't follow through on his promise. And now he's recently now working to push out the Buttercup 3. So he's not only failed once, but he's done it twice, and he's about to do it a third time over, which is just, yeah, it's absolute criminal. Absolutely criminal. And for me, I found that Bitman 360 kind of, he was like the character that held the entire, all that was broken with this crypto industry world was captured within this character, Bitman 360. And I thought, that's the guy that I'm going to target because it's going to make one hell of an investigative documentary story,
Mhm.
and so that's why I do. Not only did we lose a lot of money, I mean, we've still got the scooter coins, but we needed a clear narrative path, if you like. So again, once again, so that regular folk can follow the story. If you're going after some obscure technology that nobody really understands, it's hard for the audience to get behind that, then follow through.
Mhm.
It becomes some sort of mythological beast then. Whereas I figured, look, we've got a crypto influence here. That's almost mythology to most people, but it's got a face at least, and it's surely got to have a location. hence taking ourselves to Sweden to try to find the guy, which we, well, I don't want to spoil the movie, so.
All right, no, it's not a problem. Uh, yeah, I was thinking about this relationship that, well, you don't know this guy in person, but unfortunately, you be part of this like trick or this, I don't know,
Scam.
this scam, as I've been saying. So now that you realize that you lost a lot of money, and this documentary is trying to to cover or to find out more about which one or how many people were involved or how many people were scammed or get scammed. So far you've been traveling from different parts of the world, right? To different cities and stuff.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, we did
how
a lot
hard?
of we did a lot of our investigation online initially, but it got to a point where we just couldn't penetrate this ministry of decentralization. It was like a fortress where people would hide behind with their scooter coins, basically. So we ended up traveling to Europe and primarily Sweden because we got a hot lead that Batman 360 was actually a Swedish guy.
And he
And
claims to be Australian.
exactly, he
Oh, okay.
as part of his crypto influencer character online, he pretends to be an Australian, and he seemed to target Australian youths with the scooter coin investment opportunity primarily. So that's why I, I had to figure out and pursue exactly what was going on here. And again, I don't want to give too much away about the movie, but we did travel to Sweden and we did speak with his parents and friends and what have you. And I'll leave you to join the premiere, your audience to join the premiere to find out what else happened along that journey. But yeah, he's he's wrapped. Let's just say he's caught up in something much bigger than he appears to be.
Understood. So, well, we need to be careful with this. Uh, it sounds like you have at this moment a lot of evidence that this is like a real scam like situation. So you've been interviewing people like online and also visiting his family. That is like a huge thing. We're gonna wait for the fake influencer to be online. Um, could you please tell us more about the premiere? Well, do you have any like day set up, or are you thinking in a specific day where it's coming? Where can I watch the fake influencer and more about this release?
Yes, so it's going to be released on the 2nd of April 2021, and it's going to be available online at well, we're not entirely sure yet, but if you go to the fakefluencer.com/free ticket, you can watch
Hmm.
the intro video there and also grab yourself a free ticket to the premiere.
Ah,
And
that's cool.
in addition, you'll be invited behind the scenes as well to watch the post production vlog from yours truly. So that's basically where we're at. We're kind of we're getting through post production right now, and we're doing pretty well. But the honestly, the investigation is not quite over. So in a sense, we're kind of producing inside the post production phase, which is not ideal as new information is coming in, which affects affects those scenes that have already been those interview scenes that have already been kind of cut. But we can work to adapt. I mean, it's documentary style, so you have to be
Yeah,
agile, right?
yeah, definitely. So sounds great. For all your for all the fans that are listening now and that are watching, be ready to attend the premiere of the Fakefluencer. You can get a free ticket to the premiere in the fakefluencer.com. And April the 2nd in 2021 is going to be the release of this documentary piece. Finally, Tom, do you have any special message for for all the people that is immortal in this new world of the cryptocurrencies that we are trying to learn more about, to be cautious, or some places or some blogs that we can start with this kind of education. And yeah, what is the message that you want to share with all the people outside?
I can only comment on what I've learned over the last 12 months myself, obviously not being experienced cryptocurrency person. You'd have to speak to Bitman about that kind of stuff, but basically just stay away. Like just don't get involved. Most Almost all of it has no value. It's definitely all going to go to zero eventually. I mean, the idea that right now people are spending upwards of 12,000 US dollars on a Bitcoin is just like that should be enough to tell you to stay away. So do yourself a favor, stick to your government issued currencies and just, watch the circus from the sidelines because it's full of like freaks. It only attracts the freaks and the fraudsters basically. But that's it. Thanks for the opportunity, Suzanne. Nice speaking with you.
No, thanks to you, Tom. We wish you the best luck with the rest of the documentary. We've been like really, really excited to attend the premiere, and thank you all for listening. This is Immortal Films, and we are trying to catch all these new releases, new material that it's outside, and we're trying to digest it and explain it to all the mortal fans of these new complex contexts and environments. So thank you very much for listening, and see you the next time.